Morning on the Dish, Chef Graham Elliot, who I have to confess, literally prepared the best meal that I have ever had. Not one of the best, but the best. I had it in Chicago a few years back, and he is about to open his third restaurant in Chicago, G.E.B.
In addition to Rebecca, Chef Elliot has also cooked for President Obama and Oprah and is co-host of Master Chef on Fox. At 27, he became the youngest four-star chef ever to be named in a major U.S. city. So good morning.
Great to have you with us.
I feel you should be wearing your stars.
Oh, please. And let me just say for the record, cooking for President Obama was nowhere near as cool as cooking for you.
We love to hear that. You're welcome back here anytime. So what did you bring for us today?
All right, so what we have, our main dish is our play on beef stroganoff. You know, taking it into consideration that it's an American classic, it's something that I was raised on. My mom cooked all the time, but we redid it. So you, instead of the egg noodles, we have Spaetzle, and that's kind of tossed with a little ragu of mushrooms and pickled shallot, topped with the braised beef short rib, as well as a little mushroom puree and peppered sour cream.
Totally delicious.
Thank you.
I have to say. And then you have the salad, which is a deconstructed Caesar.
Right.
How does one deconstruct a Caesar?
So the idea with deconstruction is to take something, again, that everybody understands, break it down into its individual parts, and kind of showcase each ingredient individually. So with this, you've got the little heart of romaine tossed in the dressing and rolled in a little Parmesan fluff. And the main component is the brioche Twinkie. So we take some brioche, saute it in butter, because it's not rich enough already, and then fill it with a Parmesan mascarpone. So you got a little play on the hot and cold, you get some creaminess.
Your food is very playful in general.
Absolutely. Yeah, we try to have a nice sense of humor with what we do, you know, and realize that fine dining or cuisine in general should be something that's expressive and creative and also a little whimsical.
And which is the beer speaking to here?
Well, actually, what's cool is right here on our little side, this dish is our Cheddar Risotto. Traditionally, risotto's got, you know, a lot of Parmesan, things like that. What we did is based it on a road trip through Wisconsin. So you've got Cheez-Its for the car ride, cheddar cheese, apples, bacon powder, and, you know, some pearl onions that have been braised in PBR.
I'm glad you brought this and not a cheese head along with you today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather drink the PBR than wear the cheese head hat. You also brought Rice Krispie treats, I see.
Right, but these are Spice Krispie treats. So you're cooking it traditionally same way, but starting it with brown butter and then finishing it with a little sea salt, nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, allspice, some of those fall baking spices.
It's great.
It's funny because it's so sophisticated, yet it keeps harkening back to blue collar.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's being able to find something that everyone understands, reinterpret in your own way, and again, see food and cooking as this creative artistic outlet.
You have an interesting story because your dad was in the Navy. You moved around a lot as a kid. So how much of what we're having here and what you cook in general is inspired by that and seeing so many different cultures along the way?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have lived in the Philippines and Hawaii and been to all 50 states. And I think you do take all of those experiences, just like if you were into painting or music or any other creative outlet, and apply that to the food that we do. These dishes are a little more comforting, and again, based on some of those dishes that I had growing up.
All right, so we ask all our chefs, what is the one ingredient in your kitchen you can't live without?
That would be fleur de sel, or sea salt. And basically, they rake up the salt into little piles. It dries in the sun. They take the top part, and not only does it help bring everything out, I always say salt's like a magnifying glass. You put it on a tomato, it makes it taste that much more like a tomato. But what we have with fleur de sel, you have all the other minerals and flavors that are found in the ocean itself. So it's an amazing thing to work with.
So, if you could have this meal with anybody in the world, you could choose, and I'm cutting Rebecca out.
Yeah, take me out of the equation.
Who would it be?
The person I always wish that I could cook for is my late grandfather, Franny Tippett. So I think he would have gotten a kick out of all this food, really enjoyed what it is that I do, and it would have been fun to cook for him.
Well, we certainly enjoy what you do and would love to have you sign our dish, which is a tradition here on CBS This Morning.
Okay.
And oh, I love it. Is this going to be a hand turkey?
No, it's not.
Or just a hand print?
Cool. Okay. I actually heard somewhere that with sumo wrestling, that what they would do is put their hand in the ink and then put it down, and that's kind of the signature.
Our sumo wrestler chef, Chef Graham Elliot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Awesome work.